Namaste to all of you. Are you able to hear me? Just put one thumbs up and then I can kind of start off quickly. Okay. Swachh Namaste to each one of you who have joined us for this second episode of Tech in Our Schools Facebook Live in our 13th episode of Teen Sawal, Teen Questions with Dr. Samvil Kumar. First of all, thanks to all the participants and schools who have kind of contributed quite a lot. A lot of calls have come back to me post session. People have been asking, saying that I think it has been wonderful, that the kind of work which has been done by the school is amazing. So congratulations to all the schools which have contributed in the last episode. And I'm going to take up a few more schools today. I may not be able to take all the schools today because we have got sufficient number of inputs and questions also coming in as part of this episode. So once again, thanks to the participants and the contributing schools who across the country who have kind of contributed in the last session per se as such. And also I think it's important for all of us to understand that how do we try to take these journey forward. One of the most interesting thing which has come up in my interaction with different schools across the country post 12th episode was that we were able to get in touch with the schools. We were able to ask certain questions to them and then take learning from them. I think that's something that was one of very, very important purpose of the last episode and this particular episode. As promised to you, I have answered certain, given the email IDs of the school, so you can get in touch. And in case if you are not able to get in touch with them, please feel free to WhatsApp to the same number, whatever you have, and then we will surely connect you to with that particular school. But it's very, very important that educator helps another educator, and I think that's something which all of us have to kind of agree upon and ensure that we take these learnings forward. But going back to the whole scenario of today's episode, that is today's session per se as such, I think I have a couple of very important announcements to be made even before we kind of get into today's session. One, today evening the call from our Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji was to spend 9 minutes today with a deep diya torchlight, a mobile light, light as such to encourage, to support that we are with each other. I think it's very, very appropriate in many management philosophies, many management concepts. It has been said that whenever there is a low level of motivation which is being reflected, you need to support each other. And I think many of you might have seen this while India or any other sport, when one particular team is not performing well, and then you find one player walking up to the audience asking them to cheer up, to get motivated, so that the team gets that kind of a motivation. And I think today it is a very, very important step to motivate each other at that particular time when we are trying to be staying alone for 21 days. We are not very sure how this whole thing is going to fan out, but like you, I am also praying that we should be able to get back to our campuses, do those things which we have been doing in our own style. So the first and the foremost thing is that please don't step out from your home. Please stand at the balcony, and if you are trying to burn a diya or a candle, then please don't use hand sanitizers. That's going to be very, very important for all of us. So that's the message number one. The message number two is the virtual session. Many people have been trying to ask me this particular question, and school management, school principals, teachers, that there is a lot of volatility which is kind of existing right now in the country, and there's a lot of ambiguity. We are not very sure when the schools will open, when the examinations will be done. Luckily, these children have been promoted to the next classes, but that itself has been a very difficult question, which many principals are not able to accept this fact that the children have been promoted to the next class without examination. So I think this is where the mindset shift also is required for all of us to kind of look at it. To address some of these issues, what we thought from the TLC is that we will try to do a virtual session on 8th, that is 8th of April, between 10:30 and 12:30, that is for 2 hours on Zoom. We would be going on a virtual session with all of you, trying to talk about this particular scenario, managing schools post COVID-19, mantras for sustaining and accelerating growth. Because many people are thinking that as soon as the COVID-19 will get over, what exactly needs to be done? And I think we have in store some of the best minds in the country. I think all of you know Professor Y.S. Rajan, the co-author of Vision 2020, the Beyond 2020, and in my 11th episode, you heard him also speaking to me on different aspects of education. So I had requested him, and he is readily agreed to be with us for that particular session on 8th of April. The second thing, which will be the second person who's going to join me on that particular session on that day, is going to be Dr. Kennedy Andrew Thomas from Christ University, the Director of the Quality, who will give us the research perspective to this particular program per se. I have requested him, and he has also agreed to spare some time with us on that particular day to share his perspective or his personal thoughts per se as such when we try to talk about this particular program. The third resource person along with me who will be there is my own colleague, Mr. R. Subramaniam, who is known for his training, who is known for his change initiative. He will be talking on one of the very important role that the emotional component of what is required for a leadership will be talked in this particular session. So what we are trying to look at is that this is first of all our experiment as such on a virtual session per se as such, and many people asked us that how much does it cost. It is going to cost you only 2,000 rupees, and this 2,000 rupees is not for us at TLC, but you have to contribute to Prime Minister Cares, PM Cares, that particular fund. You are supposed to deposit minimum of 2,000 rupees if you think that you have capability of offering more, or if you have already offered more from your school. We would request you to please send us that particular receipt with us to gain entry into this particular. So practically what we are saying is that earn your entry ticket for this virtual class with four experts, and along with this we are also trying to see that how exactly can we talk about, there is a study which is being done by Strategem Edusar Private Limited, and I had requested Yashwant if he can share the data of that, and we will be able to talk about that there is a national level study which has been done, effect of COVID-19 on private schools in India. So I think it's very, very important in that particular session that you should be joining us, and I would request you that this will be a first of its kind experiment. We are excited to go on a virtual classroom, and we would appreciate that you would also be able to join us on this particular lovely initiative of ours to make a difference. Our simple thumb rule was, if there are 50 principals, 2,000 rupees each, can we contribute 1 lakh from this small community which is kind of engaging with us on episode after episode. And I'm making it very clear, this is only for 50 school leaders only, on first come first serve basis. So if you know some principal, if you know somebody, I think you should be more than happy to share with us. Now, going back to the whole concept per se as such, I think none of us planned for COVID-19. At least, people who are, in the academics were not even planning that what exactly needs to be done. And then whatever curriculum that we have crafted for ourselves was also not designed for an online or for a distance learning experiences per se as such. So whatever we have designed so far was purely purely in the compound wall of your school, or a little bit going outside from your school. And I think that's very, very, and even most of our teachers were not trained per se as such. When you say, how do I deliver, how do I try to work on a online forum, I think that was not there. Not only these teachers, but when you try to look at the kids and their families, the kids and their families also never had the opportunity to understand and go through. Maybe there is a very minuscule percentage of parents who might have experimented certain things with online training or other methods, but the overall scenario as such was not ready. But then how do we try to make this work? And I think this is where what we did, we kind of schools woke up, schools decided whatever the technology was available, whether it is a normal phone based on a call, on a one-way traffic, through a broadcast, through a WhatsApp, or through a G Suite, or through a Microsoft platform, or through any other private operator who was trying to give lot of content to the schools. What I personally feel is that today the situation is that there is something called as overdose of technology content to schools, which is kind of which has been thrown open to it. And now when there is so much of things which has been overwhelmed, people are also overwhelmed, schools are overwhelmed. So what are they trying to do? Whatever they knew, the technology, whatever was closest to them, they kind of used that to substitute or replace whatever was happening in a regular classroom scenario. So we really need to understand that how do we try to work on it. But today, that's where the success of teachers. Today, teacher moved away, quickly adopted the new technology and said, okay, I'm going to work on this through this particular approach. I think that was something which was very, very interesting. And I think I would like you to join me in, kind of at least clapping for all those teachers, all those schools which have kind of experimented all these in the shortest possible time. And I think last time I shared, and this time, and it was also very overwhelming when many schools called up and told me, sir, aapka session dekha, humne last session dekha, and we kind of looked at it, we took up some learning, and some of the schools case study who have adopted in last 1 week, and I think that's something very, very interesting. But only concern from my side to all of you is that there is a negative trend which has also started happening in schools which have completed more than 10 days. So please, the schools where there were 80 to 90% of participants were there in the first week, in the second week we are able to move, that the schools have already started dropping down to almost 45%. So you need better engagement strategy. Please don't understand a video, PPT, just trying to play a video from YouTube or any other source is not good enough. And I think that's where lot of hygiene is required, and I'm going to spend some time on that, some of the basic things which I'm going to say if you're going to work on it. So while we try to talk about, there's a lot of homegrown technologies, homegrown methods that have been kind of looked at it. I think we should be very, very happy to kind of look at those again and then keep working on it. As I said, I am also not a tech expert. I'm also not a tech expert. We are process experts. So we understand what are the sequence of activities which needs to be looked at to get that desired objective and to get that desired output or that desired outcome, which is very, very critical while taking any initiative per se as such. And I think we together, you and me, along with this particular community of people, will be able to add value to see. But it was fantastic to see, it was interesting to see. Whenever I open my Facebook, I see lot of images of children. Again, I am cautioning the schools here today. Any kind of picture which is being shared by the parent, have you taken any kind of clearances from them to put their pictures on your FB page or on your methods, because this is going to be a legal concern for all the schools. So my request to all of you is that please go back, send out a mail to your parents, orient them that this is only for motivating other schools, or what we are trying to talk about, or trying to communicate what initiatives we have taken. So please don't use going online as an advocacy initiative, or to get it in a print media or into electronic media. Yes, you might have contributed that, I think, but please understand your higher level objective was teaching, learning, not getting into the media just to trying to say that, okay, this is how I am trying to look at it. Now, last time one learning for me was that I had not touched too many questions, but this time I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take up those questions quickly, because last time there were a lot of people who said, okay, the Wilbrod Geo is basically talking, more substitution will not be long term and help the child. We need to be focused on learning. Yes, Willie, we will kind of touch upon when we are trying to talk about the 5R framework for the schools. The second question, what he is also talking about is very interestingly, is that what might appear as a rescue may not be the case. We want to ensure that our school leaders, that our initiatives are very well through and through to ensure long-term engagement. Yes, I think if it is not a long-term engagement, it will see its natural death. I just said few minutes back that the students who were quite thrilled to capture their videos, to capture their photographs and sending it to the school as evidences of what they are trying to do, I think many parents went overboard. They kind of, made a Pani Puri wala attire to the kid and then made a video and sent it. Okay, fine, it's good to, do fancy dress, but this is not a fancy dress competition. This is purely about learning. And if learning is not there, I think we are not going to work towards that. I think Bharat Malik is also asking, yes, it has been the most best sessions last time. We were ready to join on 8th April. So thank you very much, Bharat Malik ji. Looking forward to seeing you there. Again, Willie is asking one more question. We want to be careful and keep in mind the cyber security. Yes. Today, I think after this particular session, I'm also going to post few things, because there are hackers who are getting into Zoom and trying to use porn material and other material which is getting loaded in your school sessions. So be very careful. Don't send the invite to everybody, and and please ensure only the right child is there. So there are few tips which you need to follow, and I'm going to leave them in the comment section after this. So while doing the Zoom session or any other session, there are hackers who are trying to have fun when we are very seriously talking about learning. So any kind of tool, please be very careful. There are some do's and don'ts. Please try to follow, and I'm sure that you will be able to find value in this. Harish Shravan says, when online sources like Zoom or Google Classrooms for online discussion is safe, what online sources like Zoom? Okay, I'm saying that even in Zoom or Google, there are some protocols to be followed, Harish, and I think if you follow those protocols, you don't have to worry about it. And as assured to you, I'm going to leave some of these things as part of it, the comment section itself. So please come back and look at the comments, and then you will be able to look at it. Again, going to Jyoti Reddy ma'am, really it's very important to be careful about cyber security. We do take approval from parents about before posting it. So thank you very much, Jyoti Reddy ma'am, I think, to take up this particular point. And my request to all the schools is, please take at least an email, at least a digital, at least a acceptance form from the parents that you may be using some of the images or the video for motivating other children to learn, not for commercial purposes. So I think this is a very important message to the schools which are out there, which are part and parcel of this particular session. Again, the next question, only one, and then I'll get into the Gio again. Willie says that we want to make sure while the novelty stays, we use the opportunity to get parents and students hooked on what real learning looks like online. I think it is like getting engaged to something which is new. People have talked about in the past a lot of new experiments which have been done. And I'm not going to take any one of those experiments, but I'm just going to say that if you're going to give a pad like this to even to a kid or to anybody who has a basic thing, is going to just scratch something and something is going to come out of it and then say, oh, today's born kid is tech savvy. It's not tech savvy. You give anything to anybody, if he's going to try to play with the touch screen, some action will happen, and with that action, I think let's not get carried by such a belief or certain myths that today the kid who is coming in is going to use a tab the day he is taken a bath. No. Please, I think we are all teachers. We have much more responsibility than other people who are sitting across with the commercial angle. So we need not worry about, I think, the important part of that particular. So let's get into the case studies for today, because we have case study. First, let's start with the Velangani School, okay. Shrine Velangani Senior Secondary School, Chennai, and Mansa ma'am had basically sent this case study for the last episode. We were not able to take it. We are taking it up now as promised in the last session. So what they have said, the teachers handling. So what I found out in most of the schools is particularly most of the action has happened in 10th and 12th classes. Because the children who are going from 11th to 12th and the children who are going from 9th to 10th, because somewhere there is a fear. There is a fear that we may not get sufficient number of working days. And if we don't get sufficient number of working days, how will we complete the syllabus? Sorry, you're not supposed to finish the syllabus. You're supposed to complete the syllabus as planned. So you may need to leverage this particular technology, whatever that you are trying to look at it right now, to work on it. So 10th and 12th, particular children who are going in 10th and 12th. See, there is no board, as far as I know, my limited knowledge is concerned, there is no board in the country which says that you need to finish your syllabus in October and thereafter do only the as used by, you don't have to drill and grill to ensure that the child gets that minimum score what you are expecting as a school, or whatever target that you have given at your management. That's not accepted. So probably I think you really need to worry about it. Let's get back to the case. So what she said is that the teachers with minimum resources, they just took their mobile phone, a notebook or a white and a blackboard, and what they did was they recorded the lessons on their mobile phones and shared their videos with our technical team. I think what she did, the production of the video was done by the teachers using their own mobile phones, using their own notebooks, and then after that what they did, they handed it over. Then what they said, the technical team, I think last time I said, Mansa ma'am, again I'm repeating this time, we are not on a fashion show. We are not on a fashion show. We are not on a event. We are extending our classroom in a calamity which was not planned by anybody. So the most important thing is going to be the knowledge transaction. So if you're using it, I'm okay with that. Please go ahead and use it. There's nobody stopping. But I think don't waste your time in trying to doing editing, redoing, because teacher is also taking care of his or her home front right now. So in that kind of a calamity, we need only to ensure that the content gets delivered, not the show. We are not doing a TV show per se as such, so we don't have to worry much about it. So what they did is the technical team edited with the software, uploaded it on the YouTube, and then this access was given through YouTube links to the grade 12. While videos were being uploaded on YouTube, classrooms were created on Google Classroom. So again I'm saying there is no one single solution. So you have done a video editing, you have done your own production, you have used your notebook, you have used your whiteboard, whatever you have used, and then after that you have used a Google Classroom, YouTube, multiple things you are using. And then what he says, corresponding class codes were shared with the students to help them to log on to their subject classroom according to the timetable schedule. Again, timetable schedule is very, very important, because don't try to do overdose of the things. You don't know how many instruments are available for the child and for the parent to access that particular instrument. Maybe the father may have to go on an online call, Zoom call with his company. The same person the wife may have to go for a Zoom call. And when you have one or two instruments maximum 3 instruments, then if there are 2 children, I think you really need to do. So my suggestion to you is that don't get hurried, pressurized on finishing things. Whatever you have planned on a regular classroom, don't try to finish that when the calamity is not all right, because the environment is not at all suitable for learning, you may use, because there is something new which you have tried, the child is also enthused to look at it. I think that's something very, very important. So please look at it. So what she says is that the corresponding codes were distributed, and then the children were able to, there was a timetable scheduled purely to, and then there were classrooms were created purely to clarify doubts, share feedback, download assignments, test, all based on videos watched by the children. So somewhere the flip concept has been used by the school, by sharing the video in the first, then trying to give assignment, then trying to take a discussion. I think that's something very, very important. But what she says is that the microscopic virus has truly changed our lives. So Mansa Pillai ma'am, thank you very much for contributing to this particular session, and we appreciate that you took time to put your case study to us. The next case study which we are trying to look at right now is coming from an higher education institution. Okay, now we have intentionally not taken the higher education institution last time, because what happens is the audience here was designed more for school education, and I can tell you I am able to see a lot of shift in schools, not much in higher education. Maybe the semesters, examination, maybe other things are happening, but I think it's very, very. So Dr. Parag Shukla from Atmiya University, Rajkot, has shared his case study out here very, very clearly. So what I'm not going to go through his whole thing. So what he says, technology tools adopted in teaching, learning and assessment. He talked about Google Classroom, YouTube video, video creation and virtual classrooms. So let me try to say what he does typically. Every day I am posting content, video, lectures, notes, assignments, material, etc. on Google Classroom to enhance teaching learning. Then he talks about video, posting daily one video on my YouTube channel since 16th March 2020. So there were passionate teachers like Dr. Parag who never waited for other things to happen, started working quickly, and I think you require all the recognition, Dr. Parag, and we appreciate that you have started without any circular or without any thought. Next is video creation, and he says, I am creating daily one video on my course to teach my students during the situation because of the COVID. Then he says, I used Congria Virtual Classroom. So he's making a mention, Congria Virtual Classroom software which provides platform to connect students with teacher. So he has shared a very beautiful presentation which I will also try to leave it on my our page. And he says that tools and technology use, he's mentioned Android, Kotlin, OBS Studio for video recording, Google Classroom, use YouTube Virtual Classroom. And experiments done, he says he has done 13 experiments. So, and all these videos are available, and his YouTube channel is YouTube user Parag Shukla 007, and he has given a huge list of it. I'm not going to get into those areas, but he has given beautiful evidences of saying what exactly he has experimented. So thank you, Dr. Parag ji, for taking time out to send out your case study to us, because I think Dr. Shukla, I think it's very, very important that you have been only one case study which we have kind of dotted, and I think I would like to congratulate you and your team out there at Atmiya University, Rajkot, for taking good initiative, and I think you became a representative. I hope that the other professors also are taking learning from this and then trying to look at implementing in their departments too. So the next school which I'm going to take up, which got inspired, basically the whole staff members were there, are from BDMI International School, Kolkata. I mean, BDMI, what they did, they have mentioned cases is, what they are talking about is, okay, so they have done for across schools. So they said little tots are given assignments on Facebook like making den using household things, mixing different colors to discover new colors, growing plants on window sill, and share their pictures with the school. So these are the initiatives what they have done for the tiny tots. Assignments and their answers for class KG to grade, that is class 5, has been shared on our website. So you can go to BDMI website and then you can kind of look at it. I think called as www.bdmi.org, and the parents are intimated via SMS that your child's work is already there Okay, our teachers have been taking live online classes since 28th March 2020 using G Suite, Google Meet. This facility available for grade 6 to 12. Students are overexcited to attend and eagerly waiting for their upcoming classes. And then what is again very very interesting, what BDMI has done, I think that's again, I think some schools can take a learning out of that. They have created something called as a help desk. I think if there is a help desk, if you have created, it is good, because that help desk per se as such will give them the confidence that they are in the right direction and they will not have any kind of a problem. And I think we can look at it. So what they are saying is that they are also inviting schools to see some of these actions on their Facebook page too. Now, 1 minute. Yeah. The next case study which I'm going to take up is from 1 minute. Again from Chennai. Okay, while the case is getting ready, I think let's get into the questions quickly. Okay, Kalyani, okay, she says, Debudit Basu says, sir, thank you very much, special mention of BDMI. Yes, I think I'm also seeing from today we are all physical activity with the PD teachers. Okay, fine, good, go ahead and try certain some more activity. Yes. Yes. Okay. Chettinad Harishri Vidyalayam, Chennai. Okay. What they have done, what I am able to understand from most of the school seems to be the concern seems to be for 10 and 12. And again, they have also touched upon 10 and 12. They say syllabus is voluminous and hence it's imperative to begin in now. Okay. So we agree as shared. I think we agree what we are trying to talk about. You are trying to tell us that we appreciate that, yes, the concern is very very there. And what they say, it was since they have finished in last 1 week they have been experimenting. So what they have done orientation for the parents about whatever that initiative they are going to take it up. But what she says that our teachers are not used to online teaching and were hesitant. Okay, fine, it is a natural because they were not prepared for certain things and they were never exposed to this. I think that's where the role of leadership is, to ensure that they spend more time in trying to giving that comfort to the teacher, which will be quite helpful for them. Now, she says that they felt that they would miss the feel of the classroom, but the team was willing to experiment and we went through the orientation for use of, I think they have a school app which they are using, and then it was very very easy for them. So teachers, they took some time, but then she says that children, it was not at all difficult for her. Then she says on Monday 23rd onwards they have started the classes, and she says that it is very very good. And she has also shared some of very interesting comment from her English teacher. The principal says here, this is so good, we are able to cover more and I am enjoying it on a lighter note, I said. So I think it is not covering more. Online doesn't mean that you are going to finish. It's like a bed sheet, you take it and you cover it and you say syllabus over. No. This is only, you have to go slow, you have to prepare the terrain even before you try to. Don't use online to just cover the syllabus. The challenges which some of the students in their school have actually talked about is the bandwidth at the teacher residences and student residences has been a concern. Whether students have logged in or walked away, I think that's something very very important. So I think you really need to look at it, because I was seeing one particular, I was part of one of the higher education institutions Zoom session, and I think it was a little disturbing the way I think the teacher never knew what he was doing. He kind of rubbed off everything on the board without even unknowingly, and it also got rubbed off on the other children's thing. So I think we have to be little careful about how exactly to handle. And I think the parents have given a good feedback to them. What she says that what is desired is more interactive pedagogy on part of teachers. Only power of delivery can help the students to keep their seats. I completely agree with Gauri ma'am out with you here. I think if teacher is good, I think the people who have attended my session in the past, I've been always giving this particular example per se such. Whenever songs come in a movie, why people just go out for toilets or buying snacks? That itself is a very classic example that people may not be interested in that particular song, or people have not found value, or people have already known because they have heard that song through audio releases, through other things, because of the music channels. So people don't want to see that particular song, so they just want to walk out unless they have a special interest in that particular thing. So thank you, Gauri ma'am, for sending out your case study, because it is very, very important for us also to understand that how exactly the schools are experimenting whatever that is being done, because it is important for all of us to look at it. So the next case study which I am going to touch is from Northeast. This is Sanskriti Gurukul. Mr. Ashutosh Agarwal is again somebody who is trying to do some pioneering work in the northeast part of the country, where he's kind of experimented. When I met him a few years back in one of the workshops which I was taking, he was part of it, and he said that he never wanted to get into school, but he got into school, but now he started loving it. And I think it is getting reflected in the practices. People normally say the rest of India versus northeast. No, Ashutosh ji, we are with you and very much with you. It is that you are part of Bharat as such. Okay, so what he says is that with the outbreak, I think first they said that they were trying to look at online platforms, what exactly worked, and he talks about that. He gives a very interesting quote. I saw it on his Facebook also. It says that classrooms can halt, education can't. I think I love this statement. Every classroom can wait, but education need not wait, because even if children are not attending your online classes, they are attending certain skills of cooking, certain maintaining, how to do housekeeping at the home front, which is part of the Finnish system and Singapore system, education system. In India, on the name of SUPW, somehow the teaching community killed this whole concept, but when you try to look at it, it is God given. That at least 21 days the child is going to go through how to fold his bed sheet, how to clear his plates, how to clean his plates, how to make up house, how to do sweeping, brooming, or whatever you may say. I think it's a fantastic time for looking at it, and it's also a life skill which is very, very important, because if you go to countries like Finland, where they talk about something called as home economics, and I would invite all of you to basically look at it. So you must understand. I appreciate completely what you said, Ashutosh ji. Classrooms can halt, but education can't. So Ashutosh again is talking about what he talks about from the Sanskriti Gurukul is that he says that they use something called as Google Classroom, Zoom Cloud Meetings, able to connect students like a classroom. So they feel, I think it is like an extended classroom, good, and then say they are able to carry on things smoothly. We have to take up a few measures on our part. Just to ensure that I think the things should go on in the right, I think you need to have a beautiful technology plan. And I think I'm going to spend some time today, at least 20 minutes of my session, on exploring and trying to tell you about the new framework which we kind of came up and said that, as promised in the last time, that we will give you a roadmap of 5 hours. How do you technology transition during this particular time? So I think it's very, very important. You need to plan your technology a little more well. So what he said, firstly, we had put forth a set of rules which everyone using the platform needs to follow to maintain classroom decorum and professionalism. Secondly, utmost importance has been set on the need to get information across and to make sure that the students are able to follow whatever is being taught. We are concentrating on building convenience on digital platform as well as imparting knowledge. So there are two things we need to build, and then trying to get that comfort also on while you're giving knowledge, but you also need that comfort to basically work on it. Many people say, oh, you go very, very coolly. I think when we are talking to our own friends, we know what is the audience which is looking at it, so we don't have to kind of worry about it. Thirdly, what we talked about is we have prioritized a flowing conversation and communication. Parents, students can get in touch with the respective educators and the management at any point of time to express their concern and queries or offer feedback and suggestion. My request to all the schools is that please don't increase the numbers to 30 to 35 in every Zoom session, because the teacher is new, he or she. Don't allow your teacher to fail, please. Don't allow your teachers, because if a teacher fails, you fail. Because one of the things which many schools are attempting is that trying to put the whole section ABCD, so there are going to be 100 people, and 100 people to be managed, very difficult. So don't even experiment if your teacher is not confident and you are not confident. So I appreciate, thank you Ashutosh, and he says that during the class an educator plays a video, shows presentation, gives explanation, interacts through fun activities, announcement, notices, timetables, study material, worksheets are uploaded in the Google Classroom page, and the Google Classroom page is used to basically interact. They still have a problem, not only there. I'm sitting in Bangalore in the Central Business District. In Malleshwaram I'm talking to you, but the internet connectivity is not all that great. So don't worry about it. Whatever connectivity we have to kind of work around it. And that's where I think the repository of the material, when off for as convenient for the child, is going to be very, very important. But I think what he still says that students have expressed that they miss the school and can't wait to start going to school. Yes, we all are praying that we should be able to defeat the COVID-19 as early as possible and go back to our school, because it is very, very important for all of us to kind of go back and appreciate and take up the discussion. With this, I think I am kind of closing all the schools here. Orchid School, let me acknowledge the Orchid School teachers. I think you guys have done phenomenal work. I have been able to give you representatively 2 people to do, share their case study. This time I'm not going to share any case study from you. I'm extremely sorry about it, but paucity of time, because I just have half an hour and I have to run on a framework which I wanted in this particular session to be seen by people, because this is going to be very, very important for schools, and this is something which I thought and my team thought that we should be giving it to the schools, so that they should not, when there is so much of overload of things is coming, how do you do the prioritization is something very, very important. So let me kind of quickly show you this particular framework. And let me know if you're able to see this. If you're not able to see this, you need to let me know, then I will kind of set it right. Can anyone just say okay is it visible? Yeah, is it visible? Yes, one of you can just say yes. Okay, now let me quickly take you through to this particular whole image itself, because it's very, very important for you. And I'm going to put this particular image with the explanation on our FB page in our app also, so you can kind of go there and then kind of look at the complete strategy, I think, to basically how exactly you really need to do that. Suppose if you try to look at in this whole framework per se as such, you will be able to find the first and the foremost circle is something which we have done today in our institutions. What did we do? And in this whole framework, if you try to look at it, what we have done is we have divided them into 3 phases: short term, medium term, and long term. So we really need to understand the replacement of the classroom, existing classroom, by the available technology, whatever is available to you around, is only a kind of a replacement or a substitution It is not a fixed thing. Please remove this particular thought process, because as you heard somewhere Vijay saying in the starting itself that it is only short term. It's only a short term. So don't try to work only on replacing, because if you are going to replace, you will never be able to. So what you have done is extending the existing classroom teaching learning practices with the Is it better now? Is it clear now? Is it clear? Okay, I will be sharing this on the FB page also. Then it will become much more easier for you. So don't worry about what is available, what is visible, what is. But I'm going to kind of very clearly see how exactly it's going to. The first and the foremost thing on the bottom, the smallest circle is replace. That means how exactly are you going to replace with the existing available technology in your around you. That's it. That's very important. So what you are supposed to do is that you are supposed to pick up whatever is very handy, and then you have kind of replaced with the existing classroom. I think that's something which you have done it because of availability. I think very important. So we just can't just replace with whatever that has been available, and once that gets replaced. So second part of it, which is the second layer which is mentioned here, is all about recover. So from replacement, if you move on to recovery, what is this? Why we kind of mentioned it as a recover? Recover is something, whatever loss that you have done because of not having the right kind of awareness of technology, right kind of technology, you need to build that. And that's where I think it is advisable that every 15 days, every 10 days, every 15 days, you need to do a quick review. And I think don't go linear like how you go in a classroom. You may have to shift gears. You may have to go change a little bit, here and there, and then try to understand whether the concept is clearly understood to the child or not. If it is not understood, it doesn't take you anywhere. So first and the foremost step, the short term, the very immediate thing what you have done is replacing the technology. Second one is recovering. So that the first two circles which you are able to find out in the center, which will be available to you also, and the explanation, whatever I am saying, will also be available on Wednesday afternoon. We are waiting for this to be in a Zoom session. We will be spending more time on explaining this particular thing. But then I thought I should give a little gyan about it so that people understand that how exactly technology needs to be done. So first is look for short term, quicker gains, quicker milestones, because you don't have a choice today. You don't have time, and when you don't have time, you can't work on it. So I think it's very important for you to look at first. You have replaced the technology, but just don't replace it. Try to recover also. I think these first 2 hours are typically short term. Once you go back to your school, let's pray that you get back to your school in June or July. Whenever you get back to your school, I think it is worthwhile to put all these reflections, whatever is happening on week basis, fortnightly basis or monthly basis. Keep all this, have a very in-depth, detailed discussion. And this reflection will help you to take you to the third level, which is nothing but the redesigning. How do you try to redesign? And if you can redesign this, I think it will be great for you. Because if you start redesigning this particular model, the redesigning in the sense, your lesson plan cannot go back to the old method. You have already exposed technology. So just use as much of technology to rework on your lesson plans, whatever that you have agreed upon. And this is where the head of the department, the school leadership, the middle management have to take a lot of ownership to make this redesigning. And once you have redesigned this, month on month, I'm sure every school is having something called as monthly meeting with the departmental meetings. So when you have a departmental meetings, please review. And whenever then you have review and integrate. That is very important. Every review must have an action point. not an action plan. Action plan is a long-term action point. And I think that's something very, very important for all of you to understand, is that we need to review, we need to integrate, and then ensure that all these practices are sustained. And how it can get sustained? Once you start showing them in your annual plans. Once you start showing them in your, you make block timetables, you make session plans, you make daily plans, you make any plans. In every other plan, you are going to introduce now technology. And that is the right approach, because you've already given a taste to the child. Child has started enjoying this. The parent expectations you have raised. Now you are also finding some fun and learning. So just accelerate from there. Don't hold back, because if you are going to hold back, it's not going to give you the results, and you will get into. So that's where I think, let me repeat it. First is replace, second is recover. These two steps are typically short term. The medium term, what is recommended is that you need to redesign the existing teaching learning practices. When I say redesign, you may have to go back and look at your lesson plans. You may have to look at your session plans. You may have to look at your concept plan. You may call any plan whatever you may be making in your school, but please go back and reflect on that, and then add this technology flavor into it. Because if you're going to add technology flavor into it, I think it's very, very important for us to understand. The next important point is, how will you review and integrate, make it as a routine. Now once you start doing it as a routine, and I can tell you, you will start having fun. That is the medium part of it. Now what is the annual part of it? How are you going to ensure that all these things are, basically regularized in your topmost layer? And please understand, regularization doesn't mean you have to kind of make sure, you will scribe something and leave it. No. This is where I think the senior management of the school leadership team, the school management, the school, the heads, the middle management, everybody has to ensure that how are we going to ensure that these things get institutionalized in a system. And once for institutionalization, you may require certain policies to be written. Your assessment policies will change. Your teaching learning policies will change. Your extended activities will change. Your homework will change. Your projects will change. Everything will change. And I think that's something very, very important, which all of us. So just to quickly take you through short term, medium term and long term, we'll be discussing this particular framework during our 8th session, which is happening on Wednesday between 10:30 to 12:30. But right now I just wanted you to expose you to this, and on 8th afternoon, post around 2 o'clock or so, this framework will be available on our page as well as our app called as TLC app, which you can download from the store. So that's something which you can kind of look at it. So this was very, very important. So let me take up the questions quickly, because I have questions been kind of pouring. Very good. Okay. Okay, Anshul Sharma says, but how can I prepare videos like Khan Academy? That is where I am lacking. Other things I have mastered during the COVID-19. Don't worry, Anshulji, you don't have to worry about me. You are not a professional, you are a teacher, so be a teacher. I think it is very, very important you don't have to replace Khan Academy, or you don't have to become replaced. Your child knows you, that you are his or her teacher. They want to see something of your voice, your face, your content, your style should be reflected in your video. Don't worry about the video quality. You can continue with whatever you are doing, so don't worry about that. Again, Roshni Handa says, I agree for Willy's statement. Then Anchal says, could you suggest any certification courses which can pursue during this time? There are I would not like to recommend any one particular organization or anything. You can go to any of the online, you can just do Google on it, you can get a lot of courses which are available. And I think if you open Facebook and you are an educator in your profile, I think everybody is dumping content on you. That's why I said today so much is poured on the teachers and educators pages. You don't know what is right and what is wrong. But what I would recommend, go through a structured program. And I have a small request, many people are doing 1 hour course and trying to put it on the Facebook. Yes, you have acquired a new skill. It is good to get recognized with your own community, but do a higher level of programs where you can say that you are a tech guru. Then life will become much more easier. Again, Hazel says, yes, education can't wait or stop. That's a lovely saying. We encourage our children to do household chores and follow their hobby, and then showcase in our homeroom time or share it in WhatsApp group created, so it motivates all, not only children, but it has motivated our educators too. I think it's very, very important. I think people inspire people. That's very, very important. And I think teachers only can inspire teachers. And for a teacher, the best certificate and the recognition is not given by any of the organization, but when his child says that this particular skill I have learned, or this particular art or this particular style I have learned from this teacher of mine, I think this recognition has come to you. That's something very, very important. There are so many, I don't want to get into that award, brigade and gang and all, but what I would like to look at it, that please try to get recognized your child work in a controlled environment, or take the required permission from your parents, and then you can move on it. Next question is suggested by Rajagopal. We actually do not require Adobe Premiere or any sophisticated tools for making Khan Academy type videos. The PPT has to be made visually presentable with proper timed animation. We match it with the audio voiceover of teacher, and that is reduce noise through Audacity, and mix on the PPT itself and convert into a video through Microsoft PPT itself. Thanks Rajagopal for suggesting such a beautiful, simple tool for the teachers to basically look at it. So again, I think this is the answer, Anchalji, which is given by your own colleague. Gauri says yes. Roshni Handa says no sir, can't read. Rajagopal, again I will just repeat it, and I have promised that I am going to put the explanation of this again just for the sake of people who are here. Again, I am trying to quickly read out the whole term. I have said replace. Again, I am repeating it from here. Replace is the first one, recover, these two are the short term. Then I am trying to talk about the next level is more about redesign and review, and the third level is regularize. So regularization is all about institutionalizing that particular factor. So a little brief of all this will be available on our page itself on Saturday, on 8, and then we'll be able to look at it. Now, take minute. Okay, don't worry, Hazel. Can't read. Okay, sir, please put in the picture and focus. Don't worry, Sharmaji, I'm going to share this. Rajesh Sharma, I'm going to share this with you. Hemlata Gadirwan, thank you for the valuable suggestion. Shanti Mohan, yes sir, we shall modify and integrate the new approach. Thank you, Shantiji, all the way from Madurai. Lovely mention of 5 hours. It's essential. Yes, I think we thought that everybody was talking about SAMR. I said no, we need something of ours. Which is ours, which we will create for our schools. And we thought that we worked with my own team, and the team kind of gave us the inputs and said that okay, Sandal, I think we need to do these changes, and we went through this. So thank you, Jyoti ma'am, saying well explained. Anything new and effective should be sustained, otherwise the best practices get faded away. Yes, sustenance is the key, and if you don't sustain it properly, it doesn't take you anywhere. Because after some time you yourself will say how much new to do, and then people will also don't think that your parents will be liking on this particular factor, saying that no, the school is experimenting, do things. No, they are also concerned, saying that you guys are introducing so many things. By the time we digest, I think we are not even ready for it. So I think that's something very, very important. Let me keep going. because the comments are increasing. Okay, Vandana Success says, thank you for connecting to all our fears and encouraging every small and simple. Says, thank you Vandana Saxena ji for your input, because it is important for all of us also. And if any other specific, I have some questions which I will take it up, but then 1 minute. And somebody also said that very important is that if you would like to share this, I think you can share. You can feel free to. Somebody has sent me a message on today morning saying that can we also share it with our people? Please go ahead. There's no copyright from our side. And what I believe personally is the knowledge has to be shared with the teachers, which has come from teachers. So we have acquired from schools like you. We would like to share back with you, because that's something very, very important for all of us also. Because if you wouldn't have allowed me in your compound wall, probably I wouldn't have been able to see what exactly is your thought process and how exactly you have actually done some of these things. So that's something which we really need to look at it. Now the 3 questions which have kind of come in from the email and from WhatsApp messages. The first question has been asked from Rajesh Vardarajan from Chennai. He says the educators in India still teach what they want rather than what the student wants. I agree. It may not be right for Rajesh to say that all schools are like that, all teachers. Most of the teachers, I would say, there is a shift which is happening, because they understand they are not getting accepted by the child. So when they are not getting accepted by the child, they are trying to move towards it. So there is a shift which in corporate parlance, which is say the customer is putting pressure on the schools, the customer is putting pressure on the child is putting pressure on the teacher to change the strategy. So they don't have a choice, they need to change their strategies. He has given 3 sub-questions under it. He says, technology enables real-life learning who are inquisitive to know few things from expert but hardly used. Yes. I think you don't have to use this in a... Today what has happened, the technology has become an overdose for many schools and educators. So don't look at that. Apportion it into smaller pieces and then start. You will get results. Virtual class adaptability missing. Actually, educator needs training to create virtual classroom handling in situations like quarantine. Yes. I think we don't want them, Vardarajan, at this particular stage. I would like to say that we are not interested here right now to produce one quality video kind of a thing. Don't worry. Today the situation was unplanned. Teachers were not ready. So today whatever they are doing, let's accept them as they have given. Their pronunciation may not matter, but there are some few tips which I would like to leave it with people. One of the wrong thing which I have seen with many teachers is that some of the presentations which come to me also for validation and feedback, many of us are trying to start our first slide with the objective as if we are doing in the classroom. Please don't start with straight away writing of the objectives. This is not online. This is an emergency pedagogy which is being used, technical pedagogy which you have used. So you don't have to worry much about it. So that's something, first part of it. Second, don't recite whatever is written on the slide. This is one of the mistakes which many people are trying to do, that they try to read every bullet point. No. This is where your engagement model will happen. You need to look at, highlight some keywords. You should know what are the keywords that you are going to talk. You are not going to read the whole script. The third important thing is, don't try to put too much content on the slides. Don't try to put it. And then if you have a 40 minutes classroom, our suggestion to you is that engage the class with 5 to 7 minutes on what has happened in the past. What has happened in the last class. Get that connectivity, and I think that's what a good teacher does. To start a class, you need a trigger, and trigger can be through an image, it could be a video or a transaction which has happened in the last classroom. So if you take up that learning and then you try to build the story, run your session for another 15 minutes. And then rest of the time, please leave it for question answers. And last 5 minutes of your session, of the 40 minutes, please leave it for giving them idea what will happen in the next class. What is the activity to be done before they come for the next class? Because if you're not going to live it in that particular thing, I think it is not going to work. I don't know, my era people, we are seeing a lot of new old series have also started coming up in TV channels too now. So in those days there used to be only one channel called as Doordarshan, and that lady used to come and talk about the movie story, and she used to live the end part of the story, and she used to just go away from it. And then people had the, irrespective whether people knew Marathi, people knew Gujarati, people knew Rajasthani, people knew any other language, they never used to bother about it. They used to just, the whole family used to sit down and see that particular Doordarshan on a Sunday to enjoy. So you should be acquiring that last 5 minutes of your, should live that kind of interaction. So Varadarajan, that's I think important. And again, I think he talks about it is not promoter investing on technology but on educators. I think we need to look at hardware and software right combination, which is going to be impactful for you. Many managements also keep saying that, oh, my teacher is going to leave me and join some other institution. Don't worry, he is going to go as your ex-faculty from your school. So you have done an investment. If this particular teacher does a good job, your school indirectly gets a benefit out of it. Many principals have this fear, oh, my teacher will leave me and go. Don't worry, he is not going. He is going as an ambassador from your school to the other school. So please do investment on infra, but also on people. Because what I personally believe is performance comes from investment on two things. People, process will give you performance. Again, I am repeating, people, investment on people, investment of processes will ensure performance will come to you, and that's something very, very important. The second question which has come up on WhatsApp to us is how to ensure interactive teaching and active participation of students after implementation of technology in schools, and also to eradicate the communication gap with the parents where they are not tech savvy. I think this question has come from Shivam Bagga, Deputy Head Projects and Coordination, DCM School Group of Institution from Punjab. Shivam, my suggestion to you is that you need a proper orientation of your parents. Otherwise, this parent is not going to share his or her mobile. Because knowing some of the location of the schools where your schools are present, I think they may not have multiple devices per se as such. And he or she, many parents, what kind of content they keep also is again something very, very important. So are you giving access to certain contents like this? Be very careful. I think that's going to be, so a well spent time with the parent orientation and a helpline will help them to basically, overcome such a situation. The last question which has come up through Ms. Nidhi Malhotra from Raipur, how do we adopt ECA during, that is, extracurricular activities with technology? I would request you to please go and talk to Pallavi Banerjee from Orchid School. She has already shared in my last session. Please see this video, which is also available on Facebook. You will get a lot of ideas, and her email ID is also there on the comment section, so you can please go and try to look at it. With that, I think we are almost kind of coming to an end of the sessions which have come, but I think I will read out the last question. The shift, the Vandana Saxena says, the shift is in the mindset about being a learner, being taught by our next gen X. Great tips about engaging through online platform. Thank you very much, ma'am. Shanti ma'am is again asking a question saying, at Lakshmi School, Madurai, we have been uploading a message motivational talk tips by the principal every week on our website. Parents seems to be finding it useful. Students follow and respond well. Good. Prabhu Jagirdar from Bellary is talking about, Senthil, can you please share any online testing strategies as part of online teaching and learning? Yes, Google Forms itself can be used, Kahoot can be used, Answer Garden can be used, and Prabhu, I think I will surely love to share some of these things on one-to-one too, but what I would recommend is Kahoot is a fantastic tool, and many schools have used it. Google Forms are again very, very important tools. But please understand, have faith on your child. Don't think that every child is going to do a Google, try to copy the answer and go to submit the answer. Please try to go on this particular formative assessment little slow. Prabhu, that's my suggestion to you. But you can look at Google Forms itself. That's a very, very thing. Anchalji, all the case studies are aware. Yes. Hazel has just said that, sir, how safe is Zoom? Hazel, I'm going to leave few thoughts a little later. Okay. Anchal Sharma again says, COVID-19 has given us a time to introspect and upgrade our skills. Yes, this is the right time. Experiment. You may fail. Chota experiment. Don't try to experiment too big things, because if you're going to experiment too big things and fall flat, you have a fear. You have a fear of losing. I think that's going to be very difficult. Preetham Thakur says that yes, I'm going to live all these presentations, whatever is being shared with me. I'm just going to make it PDF point, and I'm going to leave it on our TLC app as well as on Facebook page of ours. I'm going to leave them. The PDF links will be left. You can go there and download it easily. Kalyani Chaudhary says replace and recover are the most important things now. Yes, redesign, review and regularize will have to be slow and gradual. I completely agree, Kalyani, with you. And that's where the whole thought came in, that too much taking it on the plate and trying to do too many changes will make you flat and you will never be able to appreciate it. Sudipta, thank you, sir, for giving us a comprehensive idea about the teaching techniques. Jaideep Kar is talking from the Almia School. Thank you for connecting. Okay. Let me ask any other question that which you think that I still need to touch. We are David Nasik, Niti Mehrotra says we are using. Okay. Roshni Handa says thanks. Prabhu says thanks. Roshni says I agree, sir, that too much of work given to the students become overwhelming for the students. They lose interest. I completely agree. Prabhu says yes. Prabhu, looking forward to chatting with you. DPS Nasik, we are using Google Classroom very effectively. Any other question? Microsoft Forms and Quiz is also a good evaluation tool. That's for you, Prabhu. Thanks a lot. Rajesh says thanks a lot for very informative session. Roshni also says thank you, sir, for this information. Nidhi Malhotra, DPS Nasik, you can write to them and she will be able to share whatever case study that they are doing. Rajagopal is saying as of now it is confirmed that Zoom shares data with Facebook, and that is a concern. The other hacks can be avoided if we invite with a meeting password. I think these must-be's I am going to try to look at it as part of my follow-up of this particular session. Now with that particular okay, I have a Facebook link. I think I am going to can I just take it a little more closer and then see if you are able to see this particular framework now. Is it visible? If one of you can say yes, then I think is that visible now? Okay, but I think I have talked about it, so I'm going to leave this on Wednesday, so please do join us on okay, somebody says no. Is it better now? Madhu says no. Monica Gupta says yes. Now is it better? Okay, let me get up and move towards the camera. Don't worry, I'm going to share this particular screenshot with you and the detail. Don't worry, Preetham, don't worry, Pawan, others, don't worry. I'm there with you, don't worry. Wednesday, check out at around post lunch, and I think I should be able to kind of share this particular video. You are most welcome to go ahead, share this particular video as much to your own friends and colleagues. You can do watch parties, whatever to be done. But I think signing off from you with again two important things. One, रात को 9 बजे 9 मिनट तक दिया. I think that's very, very important. Diya, candle, torch, mobile. I think this is a good time to motivate each other when we have been sitting. Sorry, I'm trying to use a event name called as Big Boss, like that. We have been sitting at our home. Don't worry about it. At least when you're going to look at from the balcony to outside, I think you will see there are other souls also which are kind of motivating each other. I think this is something which is very, very important, which we really need to look at it from that particular perspective. One caution, don't use hand sanitizers while working with the candle, diya, with other things. I think you can go ahead and do it. The second important point which I would like to leave it to you is that principals, please join me. I think I have a small request to all the principals who have joined in this particular session, that can we together as a small community contribute a lakh to the Prime Minister Care Fund. We have got around 15 to 16 nominations so far. We have another 35 people, 34 to 35 people can still join us. We would like to invite you, and it is going to be first come, first serve. And I assure you, you will have the best of learning in that particular session. So if you are not getting it, please leave your details. I will get back to you, or send us a SMS. My team will be more than happy to reach out to you to share the details. With that, Swachh Namaskar to all of you, and thank you very much. It was fantastic having 2 sessions on technology, and I hope that all of you are, the cluttered mind is now at least clear with the simple 5 hours. The simple 5 hours. And those simple 5 hours are something, again, because I want you to, because there will be a questionnaire which you are going to work on it, and then you can look at it, what level of maturity are you. With that note, signing off. Thank you very much, and look forward to seeing you in the 14th edition. If permitted, if you think that there is a topic which I need to look at it, please do write it in the comment section of this, or send us a message that we would like to handle this, because next Sunday also we are going to be together. Because right now, when we don't have much of things, this is a monthly program, but I would like to do it on a Sunday to Sunday, because teachers, this is a good time for me also to contribute back to all of you. Thank you very much. Namaste. Jai Hind.